if you're new here, welcome. My name is Cheri. So last week I posted a video of how we made our Disney Dole Whip at home. You guys loved it, and I have a few more Disney recipe videos coming up. Today we are making Jack Jack Cookie Num Num, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite treats at Walt Disney World. You can find it at the Incredibles neighborhood at Hollywood Studios. There's a little cart that sells it. They're fabulous. They also sell them at Disneyland on Pixar Pier. So the recipe I'm making today, at first I was like, well, it's just a normal like chocolate chip cookie. But the recipe is a little bit different. You start by browning the butter, which in most cookie recipes you don't usually do. Now, you could make this recipe and just make regular cookies, but I actually ordered these little molds off of Amazon. I got a whole 6-pack of them, I guess. So I'm actually gonna make the Jack Jack Num Num cookie the way it comes at Walt Disney World and at Disneyland. The recipe I'm using today I found on Disney Food Blog, and the recipe came directly from Disney. I did find another recipe online from Shanghai Disney, I think, that was released by Disney, but it made like 11 dozen cookies or something. I'm like, I don't need that many cookies. So without further ado, let's get started. The recipe calls to brown 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks.
20 minutes later. A few moments later.
Okay, so the butter is browned. I'm not gonna do it anymore because I don't wanna burn it, and we have to cool it. So we have to cool it until it becomes a solid. But if you can see kind of the brown bits in there, that's the, I don't know if you can be able to see them, but that's the browning of the butter.
1 eternity later.
Okay, so our butter is now cool. It is starting to harden a little bit. The smell of the butter is amazing. I totally understand why we brown the butter. So here it is. It took forever to cool. So now I'm going to put it into the mixer. So to the butter, we are going to add sugar, brown sugar, and salt. And I have already got them here together. And we're gonna mix them until they are light and fluffy. Next, we are gonna add the eggs and vanilla. And then here are my dry ingredients, and I'm gonna mix my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients, my batter, which looks really good. My batter is thoroughly mixed, so now I'm going to add the 1 cup of chocolate chips. And now that the chocolate chips are thoroughly mixed into the dough, I am going to put the dough into these little tart pans, and they are gonna go into the fridge for at least 1 hour, preferably overnight. Ours are gonna be in there probably about 3 or 4 hours before we bake the cookies. Okay, so here they are. I'm going to stick them in the fridge. I do have some extra batter left over, not a ton, but I'm gonna make little balls and freeze those as well to have cookies at a later time, because I only have 6 of these little tart dishes. So we'll see in a little bit.
1 eternity later.
It is about 4 hours later now, and I took the Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums out of the fridge from the cookie sheet, and they're really, really solid. So it's a little warm here today, and I don't want to turn on the oven, so I'm actually going to bake them in my toaster oven. I use it quite a bit. So I'm going to actually just stick them right into the toaster oven, just like this. It says for 7 to 10 minutes, so let's see.
A few moments later.
It's been about 9 minutes now, and they look like they're done, so I'm going to pull them out. So here is what they look like. This one doesn't look as done. as the other ones look a little browner. But they are gonna cool for a few minutes and we'll try them.
A few moments later.
These have now cooled for about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna give it a try. Chocolate chips are really melted nicely. Oh, it's still warm, I can see. Wow, these are good. They do taste like Jack Jack Cookie Num Num. They have it's from the brown butter. It just has this really good kind of like nutty taste to them. These are really, really, really good. They do taste like a chocolate chip cookie. Of course, they are a chocolate chip cookie, but they do have a different flavor to them. It is that butter. These are delicious. They are rather rich, and making them in this tart pan, like, that is a huge cookie. So it's not something I think I would make all the time. This recipe was a little time consuming. It wasn't as easy as just making regular cookies because you had to brown the butter and then you had to wait for it to cool. But it is definitely a treat and definitely worth it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe. If you have not already, I post new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.